Hello. I believe the way that this is set up is your cameras and audio are set off, are turned off. So I'm going to wait until hopefully you can all hear me. I'm going to wait until 1 o'clock-ish when the meeting is due to start. So in a couple of minutes from now, and then we'll start officially. But welcome and thank you all for joining us. Just give it a couple more minutes just to let people come in. Could I ask someone to do me a favour, please? Those of you that are already online, you'll see there's a chat function. There's also a question and answers, a Q&A option at the top. Within the chat, would someone please just be able to say, yes, I can hear you, or just to let me know that you can hear me and see me okay? Because obviously you can't it's set up so we can't. Brilliant. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. That's great. Thank you. That's good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you all very much for letting me know. That's great. So we'll give it just a couple more seconds now. There are supposed to be, I believe, 29 people joining us today for this session. At the moment, we've got 16. So there may be a few others that turn up very soon. It is just 1 o'clock, so we'll let that go just for a couple more minutes. Thank you all for joining us, though, again. Especially this is the first session, I believe, in this induction week. So I guess I'm the first person you get to see this week at MLA College. So hello, welcome, and thanks for joining MLA College. Here we go. A few more people joining now, so that's good. Okay, that's great. So let's make a start. What I will say is that all of these sessions are being recorded. So we will share the links with you either at the end of today, at the end of each day. I believe it'll probably be the start of the following day, if that makes sense. So the sessions that are running today, the links to view these back will be released via email from tomorrow morning. So that will allow everybody to rewatch this as well if you want to. So that's what's happening with these sessions. So the first thing that I'd like to say is a very, very warm welcome to MLA College. I know some people may be returning. Others of you, this is the very start of your journey. Either way, welcome back and welcome to your module. We hope this is going to be a very useful and helpful week of induction to help you get started and working on your TLP, so your total learning package. We'll come to that in a minute. My name is Luke. I am the production manager here at MLA College. So I work with a great team to produce all of the lectures. So I work with the academics to help create all the lecture videos. This here where I'm sat is our recording studio. So this is where all the voiceovers for all the lectures that you will be watching have been recorded. And yeah, I work with an amazing team who help create all of your learning materials with our academics. We create all the lecture videos. We build the total learning package, the TLP, which is the bespoke interface that you guys will do all your learning through. And we're also here to support you throughout your journey. There's a whole team at MLA College who are here to support you throughout your journey. And this first induction week is just the start of that journey. So you're all very, very welcome. It's great to sort of meet you. I guess I'm not actually meeting you, but I'd say a great hello from everybody here at MLA College. Right, please bear with me while I just share my screen and we get everything sorted out and ready to go. So just going to bring this up. I hope everybody can see that now on screen. It should be there for you all. I'm just going to go back to Teams quickly and check that everybody can see it. I believe you can, so that's good news. So let's start. Brilliant. Thank you very much. That's really useful. So let's start with this. So as I say, welcome. This is the first session of the induction week, the technical support session. There are more of these sessions happening over the week. They're all being recorded, as I say, and you will be provided with links to these during the course of the week. So what are we going to do in this session? This is an overview. So it's rather than a specific help me with my specific inquiries, this is more of an overview. We're going to talk about a load of different things. There will be a chance for you to ask some questions maybe at the end, but we are running other sessions later, well, in the next 2 weeks. So this is the induction week. Your term starts next Monday, and then for those next 2 weeks, we'll be running other sessions in which we can help you. And we can do individuals drop-in sessions essentially there. So if you have a particular issue that is just affecting you, you can join in and select a time that, and you will get to do a one-to-one with either myself or my colleague Holly when it comes to the technical side of things. You will also see on screen throughout all of these slides, you'll see in a bar at the bottom either yellow text or blue text on a yellow box or yellow text on a blue box, our technical email address. This is technical@mla.ac.uk. It's definitely worth you taking a note of that so you can use it should you need to contact us. There's more on that in this session, but that's just to point you to it. So the email address should be on screen every time we're using these slides. So in this session, I'm going to give you guys an introduction and an overview of the total learning package, the TLP. So the total learning package is the module environment. So it's where all your learning materials are housed. Everything you need to pass this module is housed within your total learning package. It's linked. There are all your lecture videos are included in there, and we'll do a quick overview of that and a quick introduction of that to show you that. I'm going to show you how to access your module files and to get the TLP functioning correctly. We're going to look at some common errors and how they can be corrected. So sometimes when you're downloading your TLP, some things go wrong. We'll have a look at the most common errors and show you how to correct them. And then there's a section here that shows what we need from you to help us support you. So in terms of the types of screenshots we'd need from you to be able to help us correct any issues that you've had and to support you. So first up, we're going to have a look at the total learning package. This is the homepage for one of our modules, MLA 722. So this is one of the modules on our postgraduate global sustainable development course, which is what you guys are studying. So this is potentially one of the modules you could do. This is an optional module. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the TLP and just give you a quick overview of everything that you see. So bear with me. I need to just escape out of this now and open my browser. So Here we go. This is the Total Learning Package homepage for MLA 722. It functions as a website. However, it's housed on your local machine. So there is no need for an internet connection to be able to run the Total Learning Package. Once you've downloaded it and you've got your module ready and running, and I'll talk you through that in the next step, there is no need for an internet connection. So everything you see here functions as a website without any need for an internet connection, because you are storing this on your local machine. As I say, the TLP runs as a website. I'll go through the different sections very quickly. So there's a welcome page, which is the start. Basically, this is the bit I would suggest. The first thing you do is when you get your TLP working is come in, have a look at the welcome page. Your module will look slightly different to this because you're not studying MLA 722 at the moment. You'll be studying MLA 719 and MLA 720. But the general way that this works is exactly the same for any module. They just look slightly different. There's a My Module section. This contains all of your teaching and learning materials. The assessment section, which shows you where your assessment document is and everything. There's a contacts page. This is what the contacts page looks like. And as you can see, there's a lot of information there. Also within the contacts page is this very important guide, which tells you who can help. And if we open this up, you can see all the information you need for whether it's a general inquiry or whether you have a finance inquiry or a student experience. All the information is there and the correct people to contact. That just means that your inquiry goes to the right people as soon as possible and we can get your answer as soon as possible. But yes, there's also all of that information is housed on the contact page. There's a news section. This takes you to the MLA College website and the technical requirements section. So should you have any issues with any of the technical requirements, it's worth having a look at this. So let's go back to these top three. These are probably the main bits, as I say. The welcome page, you can either click on the icon or you can click on the link and it will take you to your welcome page. There'll be a welcome to your module video, and all the videos within your TLP function similarly to a YouTube video. So they were all embedded in your TLP and you can simply press play. And then the video will start and you can drag it along. You can pause it. You can rewind it. There are subtitles included. So if you would like subtitles, you can do that. And again, you can move it around any way you wish. Also within this page, and it's worth having a good exploration yourself, there's information about the online library. This is called, it's a piece of software called Primo. It's the online library that's there to help you. And there's a guide that I've created to the Total Learning Package. So if you're ever concerned about anything or you're not sure about how it works or anything like that, I would recommend going and having a look at that guide to the TLP. And there's information about copyright. If we go back to the home page, I'll come back to the My Module in a second, but the assessment document is found within this assessment page. So your assessment document is here. This will be the same on every TLP, and you can simply click the link and you will access your assessment document. There's other information here, so you will need things like your assessment cover sheet and the AI source acknowledgement template. That will be covered within the assessment specific to your module. Plus, you will have personal tutors who will be able to discuss this with you as well. And there's a number of assessment supporting documents. So each module will have a number of different assessment supporting documents. It's worth checking out this area as well. We're doing a very quick whistle-stop tour of this just so we can fit everything in within the hour, but it's worth you just taking time, get your TLP downloaded, opened, and then take some time, especially this week. You've got almost a bonus week if you like, with it being an induction week. You can just have a really good look over. We provided you a lot of information about using AI within your assessments and what that means to MLA College and how we expect you as students to work with AI. There's information about Turnitin. Now, Turnitin is a piece of software that we use for allowing you to hand in your assessments. There's more information about Turnitin provided. There's a link to actually Turnitin UK here, and there's some guides here that have been created by one of our lead academics, Dr. Paul Wright. Turnitin is a very important piece of software that you will use. I believe in 711, because it's a starting module, there'll be another link within this section as well, which will take you to a video that we've recently created to help you understand Turnitin. So this is the assessment page. And then back on the My Module page, you can click through onto this and you will see you have your teaching and learning materials, which are split up into chapters. So here we have an introduction, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, and a conclusion. We have the information about AI again, and then there's a number of supporting materials you can find here as well, including all the assessment supporting docs. You can get your assessment document. There's information here about our student experience team. So our student experience team are here along with everybody else at MLA College to help support you throughout your course. You can watch a video and meet your student experience team, and there's other sources of help here within this page for you. There's a study help section, which includes a lot of great guides that will help you as you study. There's some information about program documents, so that's things like the module handbook, the program handbook, the definitive module record, things like that should you need them. There is, I'll come back to this online. Well, actually, no, here's a link to an online discussion area. So as part of your group, as part of your team, we have an online discussion area that you can use if you wish. That does require a broadband connection, but you can log into that discussion area and you can discuss, you can post a topic. It works very much like any sort of discussion board, really. You can post a topic and say, hey everyone, how you doing? I found this bit interesting in lecture 3. What do you guys think? Or you can even just network and talk about your careers or anything like that, really. There's some frequently asked questions. These work like this. So they're split into sections. So student and academic support, university diploma support, and technical support. And they just open up as you click on the different question. Oh, whoops, sorry. Let's get back one. There's a link to Turnitin again. There's a link to the online guide. There's a guide to the online library and a link to the online library. And there's some information about the feedback that we ask from you guys. And there's a refer a friend scheme as well, which can get you guys some money if you're interested in that. So let's go back up to the top here. And essentially, as I say, all of your teaching and learning materials are found in this top section, split into chapters. So if I choose chapter 2, you will see within chapter 2, we have 5 lectures. And these 5 lectures are found here. And again, working exactly like a website, you can just click on the lecture. And here's the lecture video that you can watch.
To a creative city, places, and harmful practices. You can see here how promoting cultural diversity.
And we've built these lectures to be as engaging as possible. And every one of them now contains subtitles for you if you want them. So you can turn them on here. And they also all come with a transcript. So this transcript runs alongside. So if there's something that's said within the lecture video that you're unsure about, you can come and check the transcript and you can look it up if you need to. Oh, sorry, that took me to the wrong page. Then you'll see on the right hand side here, you have a link to your next module, next lecture. And you can just simply follow that through and work through them. We recommend that you work through it chronologically. So start at lecture 1, chapter 1, lecture 1, and work all your way through to chapter, well, in this case, it's a conclusion. So you start at the introduction, finish at the conclusion, and work your way through the TLP that way. So that is what your TLP is. If at any point you want to return to the home page, there's either a button at the bottom here, so home, or you can click the image at the top of the TLP, and that takes you back to your home page. So that's your TLP. So the next thing we need to show you is, how do you access this TLP? How do you get this working on your computer? And it's a very simple process, and we talk you through it all the way. There are guides, very comprehensive guides for you. So you will receive at some point during this week. Some of you may have already received this. We are doing uploads. In fact, nobody would have received this yet. The uploads start at 3 o'clock today. Over the course of this week, you will receive an email that comes to you. This is just sent to Dear Download Test. This is our test student. This will have your name on it. Don't worry, it's not. Yeah, it will tell your name. This gives you the information that you need to be able to access your module. Here, where it says the username, your email address, that will actually give you your username email address. Okay. You can see there are guides to downloading the TLP. So there are video guides that we provide that you can watch, and they are linked from here. So if you have any problems, you can watch this. I should say I am using a Mac computer at the moment. So I will show you what you will see will look slightly different whether you're using a Mac or you're using a Windows machine. The actual process itself is very, very similar regardless of which system you're using. But I'm using a Mac, so it may look slightly different to you well, it will look slightly different to you if you're a Windows user. But this is the email you will receive, and you simply follow the link to the MLA College website, which will bring you here to the MLA College website. And you will notice at the top here, there's a button that says, so you've got the Contact Us Pay Now, and there's a student login. If you haven't set up your login for the MLA College website, you haven't needed to set up a user account on the MLA College website, you will also receive a second email from our site. It will happen slightly before you receive the email inviting you to download your module. This will come out and it will give you your username and your password for the MLA College website. Please check your spam folders. Sometimes these emails get sent to a spam folder. There's a certain filter set up. It depends. Often it's Yahoo or Gmail. Occasionally it will get sent because it's a generic info@MLA email address. It sometimes gets filtered through there. Please check that. But you should find your username and password in an email address. Once you have all of that, and you may have already set up your account prior, so you've already got your username and password, what you need to do is come and click on the student login. I'm just going to log in as the test student, and you log in and it will take you to your student area. Here it says welcome download. That's because that's the name we've given. This would say welcome Luke if it was my personal account. And you can see each of the modules that you have available. I mentioned earlier that there are discussion forums. So this link takes you to show you your discussion forums. There's a generic MLA College forum. Everybody who's ever studied with MLA College, regardless of which program they're studying and which module they're studying, has the ability to enter this forum. And this is the module specific forum for MLA 722. So you will have three forums, sorry. You'll have the MLA discussion forum, the generic, MLA 719 May 2026, and MLA 720 May 2026. And that is purely for the people that are studying the two modules at the same time that you're studying them. Let's go back. Oh, yeah, okay. And there's more information here. So you can change your password at this point. You can make a payment if you need to, and you can log out. The bit that you need to find is where it says current modules. You will see there's a link here. So you simply, this tells you that I am currently due to start MLA 722. I can click on that link and you come to this page and it will show you what your home page should look like. So if you remember, this is the home page and this is what it should look like. So that's good news. I know it's working already. We'll come back to the view module files in a second. If you just scroll down, you will see both guides, as well as being on the email that you were sent originally. Both the guides are also available within this page. So every single page that you download your module from, these guides are available there. And you can download them by clicking on these links. You can download them in a Word format as well, so as written instructions. Also, once again, there's just another link to technical@mla.ac.uk. This is a very useful email address for you guys. If you have any technical problems, you can email us and we'll do our best to help you. well, we will help you. Something that you all need to be aware of is that you will be downloading zipped folders. Don't let that worry you. What it does mean though is that you need to have some software installed that can extract those zip files once we're done. So we've provided you, if you're using a Windows computer, we recommend you use something called 7-zip. 7-zip and the Unarchiver, both that we're going to talk about here, are completely free. And they are excellent bits of software. They're completely free. You shouldn't have to pay anything. If you are asked to pay any money for it, you've got to the wrong bit. So these are completely free. I promise you that. And yeah, if you're using a Windows computer, you can simply click on this link. It will open the 7-zip and you can choose whichever operating. Generally, you can get away with just clicking on this top download link and downloading it and following the instructions to install that way. And if you're using a Mac, you would need the Unarchiver. And again, click there, and it's as simple as downloading this and following the instructions to download the Unarchiver. So those bits of software need to be installed before you start any of this process. That would be the thing I would suggest to you. Get them installed first so you know they're running. The next thing you need to do is come to this green button here, and this will be the same for every single module, and you can click View Module Files. And this will open up MLA College module downloads. And within here, you will have a number of different parts to download that will help you, that are the module essentially. The module is split into 650 megabytes, so essentially the same as a CD's worth of music. Each part of these is the same as that size, and you need to download each of these one at a time. So MLA 722 is a big module, so it has 13 parts. So you need to come in, click to the left. As you can see, there's a little blue tick there. You can click on that and then select download. And if you click download, got it, okay, you may get another, and you'll see the download process begins. I'm going to cancel out of this, we don't need to do it, but once that's downloaded fully, imagine that has downloaded fully, I would then come back. It's very important, remember to untick that first file and then tick the next file and hit download. I cannot tell you how important it is that you do this one at a time. So you do this first file, number one, and make sure that it's downloaded fully, and then untick it, do the next file, download that, and make sure that's downloaded fully. Once that's downloaded fully, untick this one and follow on like that. If you do each part one at a time, you will have no issues at all, and you can follow the process exactly as we ask you to do it. What you will end up with at the end of it is 13 parts. So you can see it finishes 001 down to 013. You will have 13 parts of your module downloaded. If you are using a Windows machine, you also need to download this final piece here. So this .exe, that's the executable file. It's the one that tells your computer how to work. If you're using a Mac machine like I am, you can ignore this executable file. That only works with a Windows machine. So if you've got a Windows machine, you need to download 14 files in this instance for MLA 722. And if I was using a Mac like I am, I would download 13 files. When they're downloaded, you will see the files looking, oh, apologies, sorry. Come on, computer. Here we go. You will see the files looking like this. So you can see from here, you've got the module code, MLA 722, you've got the term 0526, so May 26, and then you've got part 1. And in this folder here, you've got 722, so the module code, May, so 0526, so May 26, and part 1. And here I've downloaded all of the parts prior to doing this. And you can see I've also downloaded the executable file just to show you what it would look like. Again, this is on a Mac, so it looks slightly different. When you're using a Mac, because you've got Unarchiver installed, all you do is you double click this top file, the one that ends in 001, ends in 001, and it will start the rebuild process. If you're using a Windows machine, You double click the executable file, and you simply follow the prompts that come on screen. So I can start that now. I won't complete it, but you double click part 1, and as you can see, it's as simple as that. It started extracting the file for me. And essentially what you will end up with then is a file somewhere. When you do it with the Windows, you can choose where you put. So the executable that pops up says to you, oh, choose where you want to put this. So you can select your desktop or whatever. On a Mac, it will extract it, but it will create the folder. In fact, let me show you. I may as well show you. What it will do on a Mac is it will create the folder. So this is the extraction process, as you can see. It doesn't take that long to do it. It depends on the size of the module. As I say, MLA 722 is quite a big module because it's got 13 parts. Other modules will be smaller. They tend to be anywhere up to sort of 6 or 7 parts. So this really is a large module. There's obviously a lot of really good stuff in it. And as you can see, the extraction process is happening. Just let this finish out. I'm just going to grab a sip of water. There we go. And the extraction process has happened. And it's created, as you can see here, a folder called 722_0526. So in this case, MLA 722, May 2026. And you simply, you can move this folder anywhere you want. You can pop it on your desktop. So I could put it over here on my desktop, or I can put it anywhere I want. I've already downloaded it and got it here. Within here, you will find a file called starthere.html. And if you double click that start here, it opens up the home page. And that is how you access your TLP every single time. So if I was you, I would put this folder on my desktop and know that if I want to do some studying from MLA 722, I find the folder titled MLA 722, come here and double click the start here button. And that start here button will open your TLP up into this. And then you can carry on doing your learning as you wish. So that's what the TLP is. That's how to download the files and access your TLP. Now, let's go back to our presentation quickly. Oh, no, that's the wrong one entirely. Sorry. Let's quit that. So this is what the TLP looks like. Oh, sorry, there's a question. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to... Everin, you're going to need to pop your question in the question and answers section, if that's okay. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen quickly, and we'll just have a quick look. Okay, that's great. And in the chat, yeah, we can see you. Okay, so there's a question. Okay, so there's a couple of questions here regarding needing. You definitely need an MLA College account. If you haven't set one up though, as I say, it will set up for you. It will be set up automatically when we do. So we do an upload of all of your details onto our system, and the system recognises whether you've got an account or not. If you don't have an account set up, it will email you. So when we do the upload later on. Okay, bear with me. So when you do an upload later on, you will when we do the upload later on, if you haven't got an account, you will receive an email. That's what I was saying. You need to check your spam folders and everything. That will happen later this afternoon. The activation details below are not for MLA account. Yes. So yes. Okay. It's not saying you don't need an MLA College account. You do need an MLA College account, but your University of Plymouth email account is also linked to accessing Primo and that side of things. Sorry, I'm just going through all the questions. Yeah, again, so the MLA College account will come out. I promise you. Don't worry about any of that. And you do have an MLA College account. It will be created for you. I hope that's I hope that's helped to answer that question. Is that correct? Has that helped? I think you're saying okay is good. So we'll go with that. That's cool. Um, Evran, you've got your hand up. Are you able to pop your question into the meeting chat, please? Um, oh, hang on. Yeah, if you could do that, please, that would be great. Thank you. Unless we've answered your question. Just check there's nothing in the Q&A. Yeah, if you have your hand up, I'm sorry, because of the way the session is run, I'm going to need you to ask, pop your questions into the chat function, please. Thank you. In the meantime, I'll come back to those questions in a second. In the meantime, I'm going to carry on. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen and we'll work through the rest of all this stuff. Here we go. So we're back on the presentation. So if we have the TLP working, if it's worked as it should, that's great news and everything will be running for you. There are a couple of common errors that you might get. And the most common error is you've either not downloaded all the parts or you've downloaded some of the parts and they haven't downloaded properly or fully. Sometimes your broadband can blip in and out and that causes problems. What you will find is on a Windows, you will typically get an error like this. So this is the extraction window and this is the 7-zip extraction window. And you will get a message saying something like unexpected end of data or the file was corrupted or I cannot open this. If that's the case, the first thing to do is to delete everything that you've downloaded previously and start again. Because what that means is one of the files hasn't downloaded properly. And similarly with the unarchiver, you will get a message that says something along these lines. The archive file is incomplete. This is where some part of the data hasn't downloaded onto your laptop, I'm afraid, or onto your computer. And it means that you need to restart the process again. I'm afraid that's the only thing we can do. It really depends on how strong your broadband connection is. There are other issues that come up, but this is generally the main ones that we find. 99% of the problems are linked to this, where either not all the parts have been downloaded or they've not downloaded fully. So I would ask that you delete everything before contacting us, delete everything and try the process again. I appreciate that can be frustrating, but if you contact us and tell us this is what you're getting, that will be the message that we send back. That's what we've got to start with in the first place. If you need to contact technical support, and that's what we're here for, so by all means contact us. Use the email address that I've been telling you about throughout this, the technical@mla.ac.uk. But we need you to send us some screenshots. So the first thing we need you to do is send us a screenshot of your downloads folder. So that is the downloads folder on your device. So your local downloads folder, not the MLA College website where you download the files from. We need the downloads folder showing all the files that you've downloaded from the MLA College site. And please put it into a view that we can see the file name, the file sizes, that side of things. Any error codes you're getting, so similar to the two error codes I've just shown you there, the Mac and the Windows version, if you could take a screenshot and send us any error codes, especially during the extraction process. And the other thing I'd ask you to do is, could you please visit a website called fast.com? So it's just fast, FAST.com, and that will run a speed test on your broadband. If you can take a screenshot of the results of that as well, that will really help, because often that is where we need to provide the most technical support. So these are the things that you need to take a shot of. I'm going to leave that up on screen for a couple of seconds just so you can have a look, and you can visit this video obviously if you need to, and see what we're asking of you. And then I'm just going to come back on. So hopefully that's given you plenty of time just to have a look at that. Now, if you're going to take a screenshot, please don't take a screenshot using your mobile phone and take a shot of the screen and email us that, because that doesn't help. We need to get into the detail. There are ways that you can take a really, really clear, crisp screenshot using your Windows or Mac computer. So on Windows, the way you do it is you press the Windows key. So there's a little Windows key on the bottom row and the print screen key together, and that will take a screenshot. And the screenshot will be saved in your pictures and screenshots folder. And on a Mac, you use the command button, the shift button, and the 3 button together. So command shift 3 at the same time. That will take a screenshot, and that screenshot then saves to your desktop, and you can attach those pictures to the email that you send to mla.ac.uk, and that gives us a very crisp, high resolution image that we can see, and we can see the actual details that we need to see. Unfortunately, a lot of the time, if you use your phone, they can be shaky. You can't see the detail. We can't get in. The resolution's not high enough. So please, if you need to send us screenshots, please use this method. Please don't take pictures using your phone and send them that way. That'd be great. Thank you very much. And then the next thing to mention is we do have a USB option. So if you're concerned about doing any of the downloads, if you're not sure that your broadband is strong enough to download the module at the start of term, if you are using a Chromebook, particularly if you're using a Chromebook, you will need to use the USB option. And if anything isn't working for you, this is an option you could take. So what we will do is we will put your module onto a USB stick and we will send it directly to your home, and you can simply plug it into your laptop and all your module will be working from there. If you would like to look at this option and you would like to go down that route, please can you email student.admin@mla.ac.uk and request your module or modules, depending on how many you're studying at the same time, on a USB stick. You need to do this ASAP. If you don't think you're going to be able to download your module, choose the USB option. Now, it does come at an additional charge of up to £50 per term. But what I would say is it is a simply plug in and play. So it will be delivered to your doorstep and you can plug it into your laptop and it will work and it will be stress-free. If anybody's concerned about their computer skills or anything like that, this is often a way to stop that happening. We have a number of students that have chosen the USB option. If you are one of those people, we are processing the USBs at the moment. They are being put in the post. They will be sent over the next couple of days and they will arrive ready in time for you to start your term next Monday morning. If anybody else would like to have a go at doing the downloads when we release the downloads information, you can do that. And if it's not working for you, you can request a USB stick at that point. And if you email the student admin, they will tell you. And yeah, as I say, it's delivered to your home address, ready for you to start. Okay. So that's the USB option. And then finally, before I come back and look at the questions and we go through any of that stuff, I just wanted to leave you on this page. This is the contact us. Once again, there's the technical@mla.ac.uk email address. This is easily the best way to contact us if you do need to do stuff, because we need to see screenshots. So we need to ask you to send us screenshots. An email is by far the best way to do that. It comes in, we say we've got a 48 working hour turnaround, so you'll be answered within 2 days. I can guarantee you it will be a lot quicker than that, give and take the weekend. Obviously the weekend, we're not working over the weekends, but if you email us between 8 and 6 each day, you will get an answer pretty much immediately, at least an acknowledgement that we've received your email and asking you for some more questions. This is definitely the best way to get hold of us. Often you can call us and there is the option to phone. Often what will happen is you'll phone us, we'll get into the discussion, and then we'll say, can you email us and send us screenshots of X, Y, and Z? And the common screenshots that we ask for are the ones that I mentioned earlier on. So it's definitely worth contacting us via email rather than the telephone. Also, that way you won't get caught in a huge long queue. You can just send us an email and we can get to it in due course and get back to you. And we tend to solve all issues that way. Okay. Right, I'm going to stop sharing my screen at this point, and then we'll come back because there's a few hands raised, or a couple of hands raised. So I am going to have a look in the questions and answers and see what we've got here. Yes, so George, you've asked the first question. On the USB, will it be all the modules? It will be all the modules that you were studying that term. So if you are studying MLA 719 and 720 for May 2026, it will contain those modules. If in September you choose to go down the USB route again, there will be a price attached to it, but that will then include, I believe, if you're doing the full-time route, you will have 3 modules on there. So it will include all the modules that you need to study. Yeah. Okay, Bamu. How can I share photos of what I've done at the moment? I use only a phone. Okay, Bamu, I don't know if you're asking me whether you can study. So your modules will not work on a phone. You need to work. They work on a Windows or Mac desktop or PC. They do work on a Chromebook if you use the USB stick. Unfortunately, Chromebooks are locked down, so you can't extract the files like you can. You can't install 7-zip and extract the files, or certainly we've never found a way. You may have found a way, but so but you will not be able to study it on your phone. I'm afraid they don't work on a phone, just because of the way. Sadly, it's the way Apple work, unfortunately. So if that's what you're asking me, you can't use it on your phone, I'm afraid. So I've connected this meeting with my work. Um, I don't know in terms of your question regarding it's no issue for us which account you use to attach to your Teams meeting. So Bamu has asked me he's using or they're using their work account. Should they have a different account to log into Teams? That's entirely up to you, I'm afraid. Um, will we need the Microsoft system during the module or not? So this is a question that's come in. Will we need? Yes, I guess you will need. It depends how you want to write your assessment. Most people use Word. You probably will need Excel at some point. So yes, I believe though, because you're a student at the University of Plymouth, there is a work at home software that's offered to all students. So I believe you can actually get that from the University of Plymouth account. It's definitely worth checking that when you log in and you've got your University of Plymouth account working. But yes, you will need some way of writing your assessment, and there will be some data that you need to look at that often comes in an Excel format. Yes, I can hear you. Excellent. That's great. Brilliant. Thank you. Yep, good. New post. Let's have a look. I'm just having a look. Yeah, laptop. You can't access your MLA College account. Have you had? Okay, if you've had your MLA College account details and you can't access it, then there is if you've lost your username or password, there's an option to go into the MLA College site account and college website, and you can select change my password or a forgotten password. You can do it that way, or you can contact student.admin@mla.ac.uk or technical@mla.ac.uk, and we will look into it for you. Yeah, that's the best thing I can suggest there. Haviz, I think I've answered your question. I see it in here. That was will we need Microsoft during the module or not? So I believe I've answered that question. If so, could you pop your hand down, please, just so I know that that question has answered. So Haviz Tahir and Evren, you've got your hand up a couple of times. Maybe you've popped it in the chat. Apologies. Let's have a look. Hi, okay, so there's a question here. This is a good question from Victor. Are we going to need any additional books or lectures, or are the lectures enough? So the lectures are provided. They should provide you with as much information as you need. The thing that I would remember is, if I was you, is that you are postgraduate students. So you are expected to read around the subject. So the lectures provide a very, very good foundation, but you would be expected to read around the subject. There are within the learning materials, and I'm not part of the academic team, so apologies if this sounds like I'm sort of vague on this. I know in a lot of the modules there are reading lists provided, but often you will find all of those books and journals and everything that are suggested to you. Often they are available via Primo, so the online library, or you can at least find versions if you are able to Google it. Google Scholar is a good site for looking for books and like electronic versions of the books and stuff. So I hope that's helped. Yes, so let's have a look. Thank you. Great. Thanks, Victor. That's a good question. Thank you. Um, so, Tahir Hazif, I don't know if I've answered your question. You've still got your hand up, but I can't see. Let's have another look in here. Okay, so there's a question here from Alexandru. So, if we've attended this induction, do we need to attend the other ones as well? This is the technical induction, so the technical support. If there's anything in here that I've gone through that was a bit quick and you were unsure about, you can by all means attend. Holly and I will be running the different sessions across the week. But if you've watched this and you think, okay, I've got all of that, that's great, then you can absolutely not bother attending anyone else. The sessions are going to run very, very similar. There may be some slightly different questions, but as I say, that they will be recorded and sent to you as well. So if you've watched this video and you think you've got or you've attended this session and you think you've got everything you need out of it, then no, please don't worry about attending every single technical. Obviously, you will see on the timetable there's finance, there's program manager, there is our student engagement team. There's a number of different sessions, our student admin team as well. So those sessions are different to this session, so it's worth attending those. But in terms of attending another technical session, then no, please don't worry about having to attend another technical session unless you wish to. Okay. Okay, right, let's just have a look in the chat. Thank you. So we're looking okay here. So the chat is okay. Let's get rid of that. And the Q&A. Let's have a look. I'm just having a quick look through just to see if I've missed anything. I don't think I have. I can still see that Evran, you have your hand up, and Haviz, you have your hand up still. I don't know if these are questions that need any further answering. If they do, if you could pop your question into the Q&A or the chat, that would be great. If not, if you could pop your hand down just so I know, I'd be really grateful. Thank you. Otherwise, unless anybody else has any questions, hopefully everybody has. Hopefully that was a useful session for you, and it's given you a good idea. Like I say, all of the video guides are there for you to help you go through how to download the TLP. So they're well worth watching. You can pause them, you can rewind them, you can take them step by step. So they're there to help you go through it. But just know that technical@mla.ac.uk, we're here to help as well. We want to get you going as quickly as we possibly can and studying and starting your journey with MLA College, which is hopefully going to be a long and prosperous one for you, which will be great and enjoyable. We want to make it as enjoyable as possible. Okay, I can't see any questions coming in to the Q&A section or the chat. So I'm going to guess and say that Haviz and Evran, I've either answered your questions or they're not relevant anymore, or you've got your hands up to say hi, in which case, hi. I don't know if that is the case, but I'm going to give you maybe a couple more minutes. Hang on, let's have a look. Summary of yeah. So Haviz, as I mentioned, and everyone, I've just seen your question. Thank you, brilliant. So Haviz has asked, some universities provide Microsoft access for free. Will you provide this facility to students free of charge? I believe, as a member of, your program is run via the University of Plymouth. Your program is run via MLA College. It is approved by the University of Plymouth, accredited by the University of Plymouth. That technically makes you also a University of Plymouth student, which means when you get your University of Plymouth email account and everything set up and you log into the online learning platform there, so the DLE, you should be able to access Microsoft 365 work at home software. So that should be available to you. Yes, I believe that's the case. It's worth checking with the University of Plymouth if you can't find that when you log in. And Evran, your question, when do we need to start downloading the files? As soon as possible. The upload is going to happen today at 3 o'clock. So the first group of students will be receiving their emails this afternoon about 3 o'clock saying your module is ready for you. Please look out for that and start the process as soon as possible. If we can get you up and running this afternoon, that's fantastic. But start the process as soon as possible, and hopefully you'll have no problems at all. If you follow the instructions, you will have no problems at all. Okay. Hope that's helped. That's good. And I've got one new post. No problem at all. No problem at all, Hazif. Has that answered all your questions? I see everyone's popped his hand down. Hafiz, I hope that's answered your question. If it has, if you could just pop your hand down for me, that would be fantastic. And I'll just do. Oh, thank you very much, Alexandra. I don't normally get a round of applause, so thank you. Just if anybody else has got any questions, we've got a couple of minutes left. I don't mind answering any further questions, but hopefully that's been useful and helpful. At the very least, you put a face to a name. So when you email me and you get an email back from someone called Luke, you can imagine what I look like. At least I hope that helps. We are all here to help you. We want this to be a great experience for you, and the whole of MLA College is here to help you get through as much as we possibly can. And I just wish you all the very best with all your studies, with the greatest of respect in the world. I hope that we don't actually have to cross paths again, because that means it's all working perfectly for you and you've had no technical issues. But if I do speak to you, that'll be good as well. It'll be nice to see how you're getting on. And if you do have any issues at all, you know how to get hold of us. And with that, unless anybody's got any further questions, I will end the session and say thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck with your studies. And good luck, everybody. Excellent. Have a great rest of your day, whatever that looks like. And take care, everyone. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.